In this video, I'm going to analyze a game that I played against a much lower rated opponent. We played about a dozen games and I thought they were pretty instructive. So the game started with e4, and here my opponent could transpose into an open Sicilian with d4, but played bishop e2 instead. And this is the last position that I could find in the database. Here, the most popular move among masters is castles, although Stockfish believes that bishop f4 is the best move. My opponent played bishop e3, and already black has a small advantage. So I played d4, d5, and my opponent replied with d4, which is a mistake that he also played in one of the previous games which I analyzed. Now the reason this is a mistake is, well, twofold. One is he played d3 and then he played d4, so he basically just wasted a move. The other reason, which is more important, is that he is no longer defending the pawn on e4, which is also what he did in the other game. And well, I can just take it. And now, well, black is just much better. So after knight e5, I just captured, and here my opponent just played a very strange move. I think it was just a tactical oversight. He played bishop check. I'm not sure if he thought that this was bad for him, because maybe he thought that he had to take with the king and then his king would be stuck in the center of the board, but he can just capture with the bishop, and well, this is actually not that bad for white. So after bishop check, I just retreat the knight and I'm up a piece. And here he blundered again with knight d2. If you notice, there's two pieces defending the pawn, and there are 1, 2, 3 attackers, although the knight doesn't really count because it's pinned. But after going knight d2, well, you're blocking the protection of the queen, so I can just capture that. And well, he went bishop g5, but these two pawns are just very strong. Black is just completely winning right now. And here I went e3. A much better move was queen d5, attacking both bishops. But here I decided to go e3 and sacrifice the pawn to get a very good position. And here I went bishop d6 for two reasons. One is to not trade queens after the knight moves, because I feel like I can checkmate my opponent. So castles, and well, there's also ideas of bishop h2 check. And here my opponent surprised me with this move, rook takes. I thought this was just a blunder, but after knight takes, he had this very interesting move, which almost seems to work, because, well, if the queen retreats, then you get the piece. And okay, this is still winning for black, but it's not as bad as what happened in the game, because here I have the intermezzo, bishop h2 check, and after king takes, well, I can I played queen h4 check. Queen e5 check is pretty much leading to the same thing. I'm gonna capture either the knight or the bishop, and well, it's essentially the same thing. So king g1 forced, and now I capture the knight. And here my opponent played another tactical mistake. Bishop takes, thinking that after I capture, well, he can play something like queen d2, protecting the bishop, but I just take the bishop on e3 first with check, and after the king moves, then I capture the other bishop. And now I'm up a lot of material. He went queen g1, and I retreated with check. I don't really want to trade queens, but after this move, I decided, well, it's fine if I trade queens. This is just completely winning for me. So he played bishop f1, and I didn't even realize that the rook was hanging because I was just focused on getting my rooks into the game. So this is the move that I played, and here my opponent probably realized that the rook was hanging, so he played this move, which looks very strange. And I went d5, and here he just played c4, attacking the rook without really, I guess, thinking about what was going to happen. This is mate in 6 after c4. And I went rook a5, and well, you're getting mated no matter what. So he took the rook, and well, now it's checkmate. So if you want to take a look at the other game, I will put a link in the description so that you can see how my opponent in that game also played d3 and then d4 and lost the d pawn. So look at your own games and look at the themes, because you're probably making the same mistakes in your games if you're not analyzing them and fixing whatever it is that needs to be fixed. So thank you for watching. You can subscribe and like the video if you actually like the video, and I will see you next time.